This week, possibly one of my favourite cars of all time, it's Zeekr X. If you haven't heard much about Zeekr, you're not alone. It's another Geely brand. Geely also owns Polestar and Volvo, plus it has Geely models of its own. And this little peach is on the same platform as Volvo's EX30, but it is much more interesting. I put a post about this up on our Facebook page the other day, and it caused a whole bunch of hate, etc, 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 because it's a Chinese brand. Well, do you know what? Tesla's Chinese as well. All of the Teslas that come to Australia are made in China. So, there you go. It has a great little face, but this rather disturbing wake-up tone. It plays music at you when you unlock it. And there probably is a setting to get rid of it, but I can't find it anywhere. This is the all-wheel drive version. It has massive 20-inch wheels and these really cool door handles. This is the key. Well, what passes as a key. So let's lock that. The mirrors fold and the handles. And if you just want to leave the key in your pocket, you can do that too. It's got walk away locking and approach unlocking, but you can also touch the door handles. And to open the door, you just slip your hand in behind and pull to reveal this absolutely delicious cabin. Some have said they don't like it. I think it looks absolutely smashing. There's little cityscapes perforated into all the doors, and that comes alive and is the same colour as this, but you can only see it at night. The rear is interesting with lots of little curves and a really interesting light show. Now let's unlock it. It doesn't need to do that, it's just doing it because it can. And at night, when the lights are on, the little Zeekr lights up. This car's copped an awful bashing over the last couple of weeks because it's been raining cats and dogs, and those wipers sure have got to work out. The charging port is a manual door, and that's 150 max kilowatt DC charging. The boot is fairly generous, well, relatively speaking, for a smallish car. You can open it there, or from inside, or from the key fob. The seats fold down 60-40, and there's even a little underfloor section, and that's where we've got our manual. And that's actually quite deep. And there's a button up top because, of course, you don't need the lock and close button because you can just walk away after you lock it. There's a ton of room in the back. We've got some more charging ports, and the vents are here on the side. And although you can't see it, there's a little mark here on the door, and there's also a screen up here which does a display, though I can't work out how to make it turn on. It just seems to do it when it feels like it. It's this little smiley face. The front is absolutely gorgeous, and I think this is where the real quality can be seen. There's this gorgeous suede lining. This one comes with the mulberry colour, which is also on the top of the dash, the rose gold metal highlights, and this lovely cream, soft covering. I've tried to figure out what this is. According to the manual, the thing that looks like a cigarette lighter is a bag hook. Next to it is a 60 kilowatt USB and a 27 kilowatt USB. There's a phone charger at the front of the handrest, and for some reason that does a tilt. You can see that the coffee cup holder is there. There's only one of them, but it's hinged, and when you pull your cup up, it brings the hinge up with it, which is a little bit awkward. There's a little pocket there in front. There's another bin behind, incredibly deep, and that's where the 12-volt outlet is. There's door pockets with bottle holders and little dimples, which I think look great, and a Yamaha system, and that Yamaha system sounds great. Even the speaker covers have got rose gold grills. The mirrors are frameless, outside and in. I don't know if you can see it, but just about there is the head-up display. There's a little Volvo style display here, a large screen around 14 inches there, and pretty much all of these things are touch sensitive, including this one, which is your DVR recording. Open the gallery and there's all of the recordings, including parking and emergency. All of those emergencies are on the racetrack from the launch. This works very much like a Tesla interface, and it's a little bit better than the Tesla one. The seat heating and cooling can be done either from this menu, where you can just then touch whichever one you want. You can also adjust the seats, and you can go from side to side. The air conditioning menu, just like a Tesla, and you've got various modes too. I've currently got it in swing mode, and it's keeping the air away from my face. That's not a feature I've ever seen in any other car, though I'm sure it exists. You can turn the 360-degree cameras on anytime. You can get to all your apps through the app button, including CarPlay, which is wireless, something Tesla doesn't even have. This is the gear control. It's also the smart cruise control. Wipers and light flash, still with those rose gold highlights. And then the steering wheel button, well, that couldn't be simpler. Microphone. And then this is just a little toggle that controls whichever menu you're in. So if you're doing smart cruise control, that will adjust the speed, etc., and the distance to the car in front. This one is a menu, and it adjusts whichever is on the right-hand side of your steering wheel mounted display. This thing is the driver monitor. And then there's a cute little hexagonal steering wheel, sort of hexagonal. There just is no nasty plastic. This is the standard of Chinese cars. Then the legacy brands are in real strife. And remember, this is 62, I think it's 900 plus on roads after that price reduction. For a change, I'm not going to use wireless Apple CarPlay. I'm going to type in the address that I want to go to. And the reason that I've done that is because the head-up display has augmented reality. So it's got this big flourish of blue arrows. You cannot possibly muck it up. A single tap raises the seat and puts it into the position that I've tuned it for, and puts the car in the forward position. Releases all the brakes. Now, this is going to do everything for me. So I'll try and get a little bit of that on the freeway, including automatic lane control. The only one that I've ever seen work really successfully is Tesla. That works every time it says it's going to work, it works. Handling is quite soft. Of the Geely Group cars, the Zeekr is meant to be the luxury version, as opposed to Volvo and Polestar, which are meant to be the luxury sports versions. And their ride generally is a little firmer. Remember, this is 3.8 seconds to 100. Alrighty. It's bonging at me, but I don't know what is bonging at me for. Why are you bonging at me? I don't know. No idea. I said it wasn't very chatty, but every now and then there's a bong. So I've done something, but I don't know what I've done. All right. Now, indicators on the left-hand side, of course. And, oh, Jesus. I said this doesn't feel hugely fast, because in standard mode, it isn't hugely fast. It's still very nippy. What? I don't know why it's beeping at me. Oh, I see. Oh, it's giving me directions. That's what it was, and I was ignoring the directions because I was too busy looking elsewhere to see what it was telling me. Classic case. All right. Now, a double tap, and you've got to not do the double taps too close together, or it will only operate the standard cruise control. It is now driving itself. If you leave your hands off the wheel for a little too long, it will have a complete meltdown. It should also, right, that's changing lanes all by itself. And I've got a huge arrow on the windscreen. Let's go back. It's showing me that I can change. Yes, that's doing it by itself. So like the Hyundai Group ones, you've got to tell it every single time you get into the car that you want auto lane change on. I don't know why. This car also has smart parking, which does actually work well, but it is very slow. You can see there that that's the parking system. There we go again. I've used the parking system several times, but it was just faster to park it myself. Turning circle's very good. All right. That's just told me that the battery is low. It's only got 80 kilometers left. So I have put a couple of charges into it. It is at 150 kilowatts, quite fast-ish. It was fast enough to charge the car while I was waiting. Okay, that's telling me that it thought I was too close to the car in front, even though my foot was on the brake. We do have regenerative braking, and you can adjust that in the settings. You can adjust everything in the settings. We did a trip down to Barrel. That's a couple of 100 kilometers, probably 300 kilometers return. The Zeekr was absolutely perfect. It was lovely on the highway, mainly quiet. It was a joy to behold, easy to handle, and it was relatively, I say relatively, quick and quiet. That's all this week for the Zeekr X all-wheel drive. I think it is an absolute peach. And those other brands had better watch their P's and Q's, because Zeekr's coming after them. As always, hit like, leave a comment, and just over there to subscribe.